The monster kept gnawing on the stones, then collected them and stacked them into a strangely shaped tower. No one knew why it was doing this. Fawn was really curious about its behavior. She noticed the monster was limping. It turned out there was a thorn stuck in its foot. After the monster left, Fawn quietly followed it, wanting to help pull out the thorn. While the monster was asleep in its cave, she flew over to its side, trying to pull out the thorn. The pain instantly woke up the monster, which glared angrily at Fawn.
What to do? What to do? Play dead! No, freeze! No, the opposite! Make myself look big!
With a loud roar, the monster blew Fawn out of the cave. Even though it was dangerous, Fawn refused to give up. She knew the monster liked collecting stones, so she tied a rock with vines to catch its attention. At first, the monster was wary, but when it cautiously approached the stone, Fawn triggered a mechanism that hung the stone in the tree. The monster jumped up and bit down on the stone. Fawn took the chance to fly over and finally removed the thorn, but the falling stone trapped her. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't escape.
Wait! I was only trying to help!
Actually, the monster just wanted to take the rock. Then, the monster licked its paw and found the pain was gone. But instead of thanking Fawn, it coldly turned and walked away. Fawn was about to go home, but her curiosity got the better of her. She wanted to understand why the monster kept collecting stones, even though it was hurt. Then the monster chewed up some aloe vera, spit it onto the stones, before piling up more stones on top. Fawn carefully recorded its every move, but the monster clearly didn't want to be disturbed. To gain the monster's trust, Fawn made herself a garment using its fur. But even then, the monster still ignored her, and even destroyed her sleeping spot. The stones she had carefully collected were mercilessly knocked away by the monster. Just then, the fairy dust scattered from Fawn's body caught the monster's attention. For the first time, it approached her on its own. Seeing the floating fairy dust, it was delighted. Fawn tried using the fairy dust to help the monster pile the stones, and this time, the monster didn't turn her down. When the monster saw the new bed Fawn built, it even went around the side on his own accord. Clearly, it had accepted Fawn. The next morning, the monster woke Fawn up. She opened her eyes and saw that the monster had already finished building the tower. What was the tower for? Just as she was about to check, the monster stopped her. At night, the monster finished building the final tower. Under the beautiful night sky, Fawn leaned against the monster's nose and fell asleep peacefully. Suddenly, a shooting star streaked across the sky, and green mist rose in the distance. At the same time, the monster's eyes changed. The next morning, Fawn found the monster was gone. She called her friend Tink to help look for it. Later, Tink found the monster in the icy forest, but it knocked Tink out with its tail. By the time Fawn arrived,
What did you do?
right then, a bolt of lightning struck the tower. The monster's head grew 2 horns, and it let out an angry roar, before suddenly disappearing. Seeing that Tink had been hurt because of her, Fawn started to believe the monster was evil. But when she saw the monster acting so tame, her feelings began to waver. Suddenly, a giant net fell from the sky, trapping the monster. It turned out, Fawn had told the forest guard team about the monster. The monster struggled desperately in the net. It looked at Fawn in pain before collapsing to the ground. Seeing the monster being taken away, Fawn started crying in guilt. At night, the sky suddenly lit up with lightning. The lightning struck all 4 towers of the season's forest. At this moment, Tink told Fawn the truth. The monster wasn't attacking her earlier. It was actually trying to save her. Then, they immediately set off to rescue the monster. With the help of their friends, they quickly freed the monster. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck the monster, and it began to glow blue, with massive wings growing from its back. It turned out the monster was not evil, but the guardian of the fairy forest, the NeverBeast. The NeverBeast wanted to fly to the tower to block the lightning for the fairies, but its eyes had been hurt by the fairies. This makes it very anxious. Fawn understood its intent. She flew in front of the NeverBeast, and used the scattered fairy dust to guide it toward the tower. With Fawn's help, the NeverBeast blocked the first bolt of lightning. Now, the safety of the fairies depended on them. Soon after, they blocked the second and third bolts of lightning. But then, a massive rock destroyed the 4th tower. The NeverBeast was struck by the rock and fell heavily to the ground. It turned out that Nyx from the guard team had destroyed the tower. She still thought the eternal beast would bring disaster to the forest. At that moment, the sky erupted in thunder and lightning. Just as Nyx was about to be struck, the NeverBeast blocked the fatal blow for her. She finally realized the truth. The monster they had been hunting was actually their protector. The NeverBeast tried to rebuild the fallen tower, but it was too late. At this moment, Fawn seemed to have an idea.
Follow me.
The NeverBeast responded firmly to her. Fawn guided the eternal beast to soar into the sky, and they flew desperately upward. The NeverBeast blocked bolt after bolt of lightning. As they reached the heart of the storm, a massive bolt of lightning struck. The NeverBeast quickly saved Fawn, then used all its strength to push the lightning out of the clouds. After a violent explosion, the sky returned to its original state. The fairies worked together to save Fawn and the NeverBeast, but Fawn had already stopped breathing. The NeverBeast shook his burnt wings, then hurried to Fawn. When it confirmed that Fawn was dead, it let out a mournful howl. Just then, the NeverBeast's electrified fur touched Fawn. A miracle happened. Fawn came back to life. After a brief time together, the NeverBeast returned to its cave to begin a 1,000-year slumber. It would forever protect the fairies and their home. Well, that's the end of the movie. If you liked my video, don't forget to give it a like and follow. Thanks for watching.